So before we get into today's video, Dan had this wonderful graphic that he made. I personally love it. So yeah, basically we're just trying to get as much attention as possible from this. I think it's beautiful. I think it's funny, very well edited. So yeah, if you guys could maybe head on over to Twitter if you haven't already. Also, make sure to subscribe and follow all these people on Twitter and YouTube as well, because they all have great information. But yeah, market manipulation. So I mentioned this short-term trading channel here. This is from 2 days ago, beginning on the 10th, March 10th. And you can see we were trading in there for almost 2 days. And when we did break out, you can see a significant little dip here. But it really didn't go far off, and it actually had, a nice recovery back to the top. Started to fall off again a little bit, but then immediately kind of crashed that channel right here so this isn't US time. So I'm just going to use that as the timestamp here, because I want to go through a few different things and compare. Because again, I think this is a perfect example of whether it's the exchanges, whatever is being manipulated, So I just want to take a look at it. So as you can see, kind of, not really trading too far off the channel. It's possible we could have even jumped back up into this short-term trading channel. But with this sell-off here, you can see the volume right here. But so right here on March 12th at 1400 hours, let's look at Bitcoin on March 12th at 1400 hours. I'm looking at the time at the bottom here, not the... Wow, okay, so look, correlates exactly with the sell-off with Litecoin, 1400 hours, you can see right here. Doing pretty fine, kind of on an uptrend actually. And there we go. Now let's look at Ethereum on the 15-minute. So you can see Ethereum here. You see this giant red candle. Let's guess what time this is. March 12th at 1400 hours. There we go. Same thing there. We can look at Cardano, another top coin. You want to take a guess what time this giant red candle is? All right, there we go. March 12th, 1400 hours. Hey, why not even throw Neo in? Here we have a red candle. Let's take a guess. March 12th at 1400 hours. So I looked at that for those top few cryptocurrencies. I have no doubt if I looked at more and more, you would see the same exact thing. At this point, it's a waiting game. But on the optimistic side, what I am excited for is this triangle still on the daily for Litecoin. I tweeted out earlier, just we're holding steadily above 170 right now. And I tweeted out like 3 options. What do you think we're gonna do as this triangle gets closer to being complete? Do you think we're gonna break out, break down, or just continue trading sideways? Which is honestly the least likely case. Most likely we're gonna either break out or break down. I really doubt we're just gonna trade at 170 for the next 2 or 3 weeks. But again, as Dan calculated, as I really like how he said, I believe it was March 24th is when Litecoin will reach 80% of the apex here. And he did all the calculations for the past pennants triangles that have formed before breakouts of Litecoin. So I definitely recommend checking out that video. Actually, I'll just leave a link to it at the end of this video, so if you want to check it out, I really like that video. About 2 weeks off from that point where typically, actually multiple times over the past year, maybe 5 or 6 times I think it was, Litecoin has had huge breakouts at 80% of the apex here on these triangles here. And market manipulation was still going on back then, so saying it's impossible because of what's going on with the market right now isn't necessarily true. It also isn't necessarily false. We'll see what happens. So I kind of want to hear your guys' thoughts. Like I tweeted, what do you think is going to happen? Whether it's in 2 weeks when we hit this 80% mark, where historically it's been breaking out about 6 times every single time one of these triangles is formed in the past year. Do you think we're going to break up? Do you think we're going to break down? Like I said, the least likely thing is that I don't think we're just going to literally keep trading at 170, 180-ish. I think it's either going to go up or down. So I just want to hear your guys' thoughts. I personally think that it'll repeat itself for about the 5th or 6th time since this last year, and we could have a breakout here. But, who knows? Nobody, except I guess the people pulling the strings. Another theory that I actually did think was interesting was, I think this might have been Bitcoin Ben said this. And I heard a lot of your guys' comments, be careful. And like I said, just by talking about an individual doesn't mean I'm saying like, oh, 100% trust this. This is just an idea that I'm throwing out that I believe was mentioned by him. And I think he had said that the exchanges were holding down, manipulating the prices to hold it down for whatever reason. If there were exchanges and people holding the market to kind of where it's been right now, holding it to like half of its global market cap, what it was a few months ago, if there were people doing that, on one end it's bad because obviously it's manipulation, the prices should be higher, everything like that. I guess an upside is the possibility that it's giving more people time to get in. Again, another downside though, maybe it's giving institutions more leverage, more power, and to buy up more of it. Again, these are all theories, not saying I agree with any of them, just ideas I'm throwing out there. I love hearing your guys' comments as well. But either way, the market can't be manipulated forever. And there's some really intelligent, influential, wealthy people who are interested in this market and who are rooting for this market to do well. So at the end of the day, it's only a matter of time before this market, goes to 1 to 2, 3 trillion overall global market cap, and so on. Whether it's a year or two, who knows? It's only a matter of time though. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I've been loving your thoughts so far. Had a ton of comments that I really loved yesterday.